Right, here's the tea. I'm a massive Drag Race fan, like ridiculously huge. I've waited for this damn reveal trailer for way too long now. I've watched those speculation videos on YouTube, so I have an idea who might be in it. And also, I'm not gonna lie, loads of my mates messaged me this morning saying that the trailer was out, and one of them said one of the names of one of the queens. So I know who one of them, and I'm really excited she's in it, but I don't know any of the others. Hopefully they're good. I've heard really good things about this season, but obviously like Michelle and people are gonna be saying that. So yeah, I'll give my initial reactions. Oh, also it takes me a while to warm to queens. So if I'm a bit harsh initially, don't like hold it against me later on by the end of the series, because my views are likely to have completely changed. Yeah, I'm really excited. Let's do this. Right, here's some Meet the Queens videos. I'll start from the beginning, just watch the playlist all the way through and just comment as I go along, I guess.
Hi, my name is Acid Betty, and I am from Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York, and I am the oldest queen this season.
Yeah, Tempest de Jour. She's famous, isn't she? She's big.
I came up with my drag name with Acid and my obsession with Betty Page, so Acid
Don't
Betty.
know who that is.
Yes, my drag style is very aggressive, alternative,
Cool.
and hyper-colored glow in the dark.
Cool, I'm down.
Most of my looks
Could be
are
difficult,
outlandish,
is
so I
there's
don't
loads
have
of
an
lights on the
outlandish
runway though,
look. I
right?
think I try to top myself every time, so all of my looks are outlandish.
Turn down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm known for hyper colors, big cuckoo hair, crazy color makeup, and very.
I mean, she aight.
I have no friends, so no one's rooting for me at all at home. But thank you for asking. Maybe you'll be rooting for me.
Oh god.
I would be best friends with Raja Gemini.
Would you though?
Cause she's a bitch. What inspired me to start doing
She's very
drag was when I moved to
Tempest-esque.
New York City, the nightclub, and what I was expecting to see.
Okay, those
was
people
not
are
as
feeling their
vibrant
oats.
and
Respect
exciting
that.
As I thought it would be.
Oh wait, is
So
that
I thought
Raja?
that I should represent what I was expecting to see when I moved to New York. So I created Acid Betty. The best advice that I ever received was don't listen to anyone else's voices but your own, and be true to yourself. 100. My favorite RuPaul's saying,
It's a bit of a mix
don't
between,
it up.
between serious and tongue-in-cheek.
Well, I'm never going to be lip syncing for my life, so
Mm.
it's hard to think of a song that I'd want to lip sync to. I love anything Madonna, so Madonna. Yes, I'm that old. Madonna is a guest judge I would like to see this season before she goes. I mean, she's not that old, but you know, I'd like to see Madonna before she retires, if you will. Do I have a fashion icon? Other than Lee Bowery, I pull from lots of fashion, but not one person. Challenge from a previous season that would have slayed? Maybe like the unconventional challenge. I love making something out of nothing, but I really
that
wanted
one?
to do the challenge where they spray you with all that spray paint and you're spinning on that turn wheel.
Yeah, that was a
just
good
seems like
challenge.
so much fun. I want to be known for expanding people's minds and expanding the drag world to beyond just realness and femininity and a woman. I want
We've
them
done that
people
like 4
to start
seasons
thinking
ago.
Clowns could be drag
Am I being too harsh? I'm not massively keen. Like, she aight. I'm interested. She could do some interesting looks. Ooh. Cool. Bob the Drag Queen next. I've heard good things. I don't want an advert. Oh,
My name is
cool.
Bob the Drag Queen. I live in New York
Yes.
City. I am proudly 29 years old. I'll be 30 by the time this airs, probably.
Oh, God.
No, I won't. I'm 29, goddamn.
I like her. She's awesome. She's funny.
It's actually really simple. It's my dad's name. My dad's name is the Drag Queen, and Bob stands for big old bottom. What?
I like her.
Oh, there's no limit. It's not like in 3 words. What if I bring a book and I'm like, actually, I wrote this dissertation.
Oh my
It
gosh,
can
she's my
best be
favorite.
described in a Shakespeare soliloquy. No, Bob the Drag
I love
Queen is
her.
hilarious,
Yeah.
funny,
Yeah.
irreverent,
Oh, it's the same
beautiful, bold,
Yeah.
and most importantly, humble.
Yeah.
Very, very humble. My mom was like, you gotta move out. This is getting ridiculous. I'm just kidding, I don't live with my mom. You know, this is what drag is about. Like, this really is it's not a joke when they call it the Olympics of drag, girl. This is it,
Sorry,
honey.
my
You
friend's
can
watching
do
it as
it or
well.
you can't. And I'm clearly doing it. New York City. All of New York City. The entire city. I'm a queen for the people, girl. So all the people, are there people watching this show?
Yeah, I'm rooting
That's
for you
who's rooting
too.
for me.
Add Kent from
Oh,
England.
I feel like me and Latrice Royale would be good friends.
Yes.
She's just fun and just always looking on point and stunning. I feel like me and Alaska would be good friends.
Oh,
I
I'd love to see that.
Latrice need a show together. Just those two. What a dichotomy. Am I right? Like Alaska and Latrice. RuPaul's Drag Race season 1. I watched it. I was like, I could do that.
That's cool.
Do that.
Everyone's sick of
I
like
just
the
wanna
RuPaul
lip
Drag
sync to,
Race
like,
girls. Like girls have learned it through the show, right?
audiobook,
I'm not mad
like
at it.
Audible.com. Like James Earl Jones reads the Bible. I really love
Stop messaging me.
Tyra Banks, RuPaul. I love
Get
Janelle
RuPaul's name in
Monáe.
there.
I love
respect
Janelle
that.
Monáe, Erykah Badu, Michelle Obama. I love.
That's just
Bozo
a little
the
bit Michelle
Clown.
Obama-y,
Like
right?
seriously, I love.
Rainbow.
Yeah, just there's so much.
It's like a
You'll
cloud.
see on the show, like I can't pick a style and stick with it. I can't. I shan't.
That's good.
I
want a
wanna be
different
known
look
for
every
being
time.
Real and for staying true to myself, and for never letting anyone put me in a cave, and for having like the most feminine voice. Probably.
I really like her. I love her. She's like Kimchi's gonna beat her, I think, in terms of my favourites, but she's up there. I'm happy for her to be top 3. She's welcome.
I'm Chichi Cat Devane. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, and I'm 30 years
It's giving me Miss Fame mixed with Jujubee. Jujubee goes Miss Fame.
My drag name came from Chichi from Tu Wong Fu, and the
Excuse
Devane
me?
name comes from the legendary Devane dynasty from Shreveport. My personal
No idea.
hashtag would probably be
Slow it is.
good. I signed up for Drag Race because I feel that I am the epitome of drag. I'm a boy that dresses as a woman, and
Good
who
job.
doesn't love a guy that could actually pull off being a woman? My emoji would probably be the dead one, the one with the little X's on his eyes.
Oh God.
My drag style would probably be campy, beauty, and energy. My outlandish look that probably stands out would be the use of unconventional materials. My favorite RuPaul saying is
I like the little.
$100,000.
It was a very good impression. I like the little lemon slice
My
thing.
grandmother passed away, and I vowed that I would continue the name Devane. The best
good
advice
name.
that I've ever received would be to just be yourself. Since I live in a town of only 600,000, probably all 600,000
Isn't that a lot?
people are rooting for me. I would definitely
lot,
be
right?
best friends with the dancing diva Kennedy Davenport. A challenge from the previous season would probably be any of the Broadway and singing challenges.
Oh God.
If I have to lip sync for my life, it would definitely be Last Dance by Donna Summer. I probably would want to be known as an all-around entertainer.
Good. Pretty generic. She seems aight. Cynthia Fontaine. Ooh, I like that name. I feel like I do.
How you doing, mis amores? This is Cynthia Fontaine. I'm 34 years old. I'm originally from Puerto Rico, but I live in Austin, Texas, y'all.
She's really fishy.
Cynthia is because my best friend, she was a real pageant queen, and she was so elegant, and she's so beautiful. And at the same time, she's kind of funny. And I was like, she's describing myself like beautiful as a goddess and funny as a clown. Lee is from House of Lee from Puerto Rico, Kairali Naranjo, one of my drag moms, and Fontaine for another drag mom, because I have multiple like drag moms. Hashtag mis amores, hashtag my lovers. Yes. Well,
Oh,
right
God.
now so far, I know my sisters. In Florida.
She
they
really
live in
reminds me of someone.
Florida.
Oh, Ben de la Creme.
And,
That's who she
my
reminds me of.
parents.
Ben de la
Yes.
Creme.
Elegant,
Puerto Rican Ben de la Creme.
sophisticated,
Not
and funny.
in terms of personality.
Oh, well, right now, I can tell you Fifi O'Hara and Alexis Mateo.
That's
They always support me and encourage me to do like.
Fifi's
they
nice in
always,
real life, right?
They have the opportunity, like, to see the passion when I got the opportunity to perform on stage. Oh, Thierry Mugler.
I don't know any of these people. I'm used
That's
to
my
this. Oh,
iconic
okay,
like
cool.
figure. Like, I think that's my alter ego inspiration too. I like
Interesting.
corselets.
I like pose in the hair as
sportwear.
well.
I like dramatic makeup, but at the same time trying to. Look
Oh,
as
she's a little bit,
feminine as possible.
Oh, my brain's gone blank.
Michelle Visage.
The one who wanted to be caught in the act.
I love her. I love her.
Yeah, I
I think
love
like
Michelle.
It's very honest and clear and transparent.
Jocelyn.
The way that,
Jocelyn Fox, she's reminds me a
she
little bit of as
judged
well.
The girls. And then like she's so gorgeous. Those beautiful eyes. Yeah. I like burritos, but I like chalupas too. I like women too, so you better be careful. Well, I'm gonna be very honest with you. On the top 4, Die Tonight, Die Hard, like RuPaul's new song. I can wait
That's
to
good.
perform that
Nice
so
bit
I
of
can get on the top
arse
3 and then
licking.
eventually I can win the competition, being the first Hispanic and Puerto Rican to win this competition. I'm from Austin, Texas.
If April Carry On
so
can't do
let's see
it.
what happens, but I'm like very enthusiastic about that.
She seems nice. I like her. I think her style's pretty good. I give her 1.5 thumb up. Who's this? This is a Britney Spears one. Derek Barry.
My name is Derek Barry. I'm 32
He
years
doesn't like
old
Britney.
and I live in Las Vegas,
Sort of.
Nevada.
Speaks a bit like her as well. Don't know anything about this dude really.
My my parents came up with my drag name. They paged Dr. Derek over the intercom, and I was supposed to be a girl when I was born, and they didn't have a name picked out, so Derek became my name. Everyone has a hashtag for their fans, right? So mine is going to be berries, but it's Barries.
Ooh,
I'm gonna have
that's quite
blueberries,
good.
blackberries,
Yeah.
no dingleberries. Chad Michaels was the first drag queen I ever met, and I watched him on the show and thought, I want to be the Britney of Chad Michaels' Cher. My drag style is sexy showgirl. I obviously think that there's Britney elements to everything I do. I want to be a drag pop star. Wow. There
Interesting.
are some things that Perry Meek designed for me, who's worked with Gaga for years, and I'm
cool
most
outfit.
excited to wear those because it's very different from anything I've ever worn as Britney. Oh, what emoji? You know what I use the most is the crown. I don't know,
respect.
foreshadowing maybe. I have 2 partners.
I like
at
it.
home
She's funny
working
enough
for
what
me.
she would
I'm
be.
in a trinogamous relationship. We call it a throuple. Mackenzie was
Interesting.
actually Alaska's Marine Makeover, so most people know him as Nebraska Thunder.
Oh wow.
And then the
Ooh,
other
I wanna hear about
is
this.
Nick San Pedro, a celebrity artist. So
She's got it all
it's
going
very,
on.
Nice to be
Ooh,
around
girl.
such creative energy at home. The best advice I ever received was on America's Got Talent. The woman Christine who arranged all of our travel, she said to me, I thank
I need to
everybody
watch that
so
clip.
much. I'm like the thank you queen. Like, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And she's like, you need to start thanking yourself because you showed up. The rest just happened. And that's my advice to people. Show up. Because if you show up, everything else falls into place. Oh,
That's
if I
quite
had to
good
lip sync, I
advice,
want to
I
lip sync to
think.
Toxic. I want
Oh, I'd
to
like
throw
to
that
see
bitch
that.
down and do
Yeah.
like back handstrings on the stage. Yeah, any Britney song I would obviously love to lip sync to. It's probably not a fair advantage for any other queen. Oh God, a better lip syncer, me or Britney? Well, I learned everything I know from her. So she's obviously the best, and then I impersonate the best. So I don't know. Some people would say we go hand in hand. I've
don't think it
always
works
hoped
like that,
that
but
Lady
whatever.
Gaga would be on the show. She's worked with
Yeah,
Ru,
she's gonna be on the show, faux
and
show.
I would love to see her in this element. She loves drag. I'm known for being Britney, but I think that this will be the first time
This
that
is
I
a
get to
pointless
show
question.
the world that I'm so much more than Britney.
Cool. I'm keen. Dax exclamation point. Ooh, again, quite like the name. I think. Why Dax? I don't understand it though.
Hello, world. My name is Dax! Exclamation point. I'm from Savannah, Georgia, and I'm 30 wonderful
Quite
years
harsh
old.
looking. Who? Again, she reminds me of someone.
My drag name is my given name, which is Dax.
Cool
I
name.
never really found one that suited me, so I just kind of kept the one I was given.
Like
I
the
tried a
dice
few
earrings?
weird ones out, like I was Chlamydia Marie St. James for a while. Didn't really stick. My drag style is essentially like road warrior, glitter punk, superhero, assassin kind
I
of.
like the sound of that.
That's outlandish look. I don't know.
I
I
like
mean,
her outfit as well.
my pants fell off during a show one time, and I kind of kept going with it, so that's kind of outlandish. Hashtag Typhoonicorn. Hashtag Queen of all nerds. I like
Cool.
attention. I like cameras. I want money. All those things, really, yes.
Cool.
Essentially, I was
Fine.
inspired to do drag because I was bored of drag. Like, I'd go to clubs and I'd see drag queens, and I didn't care. I'd rather be at the bar. I'd rather be anywhere else but watching some bitch lip sync to Britney Spears for an hour and a half.
Ooh,
So I
shade
just
against
decided to
Derek.
start
They
doing it
put
my
this in
own.
this
I
logo.
was
Put
always
this
a club
in
kid.
this
I
order
always went out.
specifically.
I always wore dumb costumes just for fun, and eventually just kind of translated into me being on stage doing it. Violet Chachki is my daughter. although I don't like her very much, so probably not her. I would probably say Raja, definitely Raja.
Everyone's loving Raja.
Everyone, the
Don't blame
entire
him.
city of Savannah, Georgia.
Don't do
Hashtag
me.
912, hashtag 91tweezy, keep it sleazy. Miss J. Alexander of America's Next Top Model, he told me one time, he was like, girl, just find your niche and stick with it.
God, he's a happy
just
man.
find where you fit in and go with it full force.
What
Don't
is
fuck
a
it up.
niche?
Okay, outside on the lot, I saw Ian McKellen walk by. I would love it if he showed up randomly on set. That'd be amazing. Storm
Cool.
of the X-Men.
Yeah, awesome.
The Apocalyptic Couture. I love Road Warriors. I love
Yeah.
zombies. I cannot wait for the end of days. No credit, no worries.
I'm liking her
no
more than I thought I
bills.
would.
Let's go there. I want to be known for cosplay. I want to be known as Queen
Cool.
of all nerds. I want to be known as someone who can go, beyond just typical drag, bar, and nightlife kind of things, and tour conventions and hang out with people that.
I like
love all the
cosplay, but
campy,
it never
geeky,
looks
dumb
or
stuff I
hardly
grew up
ever
with that
looks
I love too.
really good. She'd have to do it really, really well, and it's difficult to do really, really well. And obviously, you can't really incorporate it into a show where they can't use licenses and stuff. Not licenses, copyright, whatever. Kimchi, yes.
Hi, my name is Kimchi. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm 16 years young.
I love Kimchi. She's so good.
Kimchi is the national dish of Korea.
Yeah,
Spicy and
not keen.
sweet, just like me. I wanted to pick a name that sounds feminine, but represents my culture at the same time. So here's one to my homebrews. I signed up for a drag race because I want to win that $100,000.
Yes.
I want to earn enough money to be able to afford guac on my burrito bowl without worrying about the consequences. Kimchi is a live-action anime character who works as a high fashion model.
Oh, amazing.
And I like to wear a lot of clean silhouettes that are avant-garde in shapes. And a lot of my looks are inspired by the haute couture pieces from the runway. I am known for my
I understand.
conceptual head-to-toe looks, which is always monochromatic. My most outlandish look is the time I wore
I love what she's wearing.
birdcage with a live bird on it on my head in the club.
Cool. I think. Is that bad to the
I've
animal?
always wanted to
Nah, she
be
probably treat it like a
involved
princess.
in fashion, high fashion especially, and there's no way for me to live that fantasy as a guy, but doing drag allows
Her eyes
me
are very
to
Bianca
create
Del
what kind
Rio.
of looks I want and live whatever
Sort of,
fantasies
but
I
like
want to live in.
a soft.
Get the money first.
Bianca.
Thanks, Pearl. If I were to lip sync for my life, I would like to do Thin Wagon by Dixie Chicks. Trixie Mattel is my BFF.
Good evening,
Yeah, I know
distinguished
that.
panel of judges.
Love you, girl.
That's I found out about her.
Stacey Lane Matthews. Your LeMay was lame. Gareth Pugh. I've always been obsessed with his crazy creations, and even just to be able to see him and meet him in person would be amazing. The Hello Kitty Challenge.
I really like her. Oh, she's so cool. Right, how many more have I got to go? 12, 4 more. This video's going on forever.
I'm Layla McQueen. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Gloucester,
God,
Massachusetts.
busted the door. Soz. Actually, no, she's pretty. I'll take it back. So the screen wasn't full
Well,
screen.
I was a manager at a boutique store and a strip club, and my best friend at the time was a stripper, and so we decided.
Oh, I
to
can't
choose
tell
the
what I
name
think of her
Layla 'cause
look.
It was like a super pretty stripper name that none of the other girls had. It also means night beauty in Arabic. Not that I'm anything but a skinny white dude, but it makes sense.
Skinny.
I'm so bad with hashtags. Every time I go on Instagram, it's whatever comes to mind. So it's like, even if it's a picture of me in drag, it's like hashtag buttermilk pancakes, hashtag salamander, hashtag college. Like, it's just whatever. Bad. I'm like the crossbreed between like a cute stripper and then like a punk rock girl. I don't want to do like, I don't
That's
like to do
adore.
like crazy goth or like look like a real woman, but I like to have that like little bit of edge. So it's like bra and panties and a blazer. That's like a good go-to, a good
I
basic.
respect that,
And
I
some
respect
boots. Leather never hurt anyone.
I'm liking her beauty marks.
I don't know about in drag, but I think when I get out of drag and I take it all off, you know those cats that are like totally hairless and like really wrinkled? I think like that. That's the look to go for.
I can respect that.
I have this herd of lesbians that comes to every one of my shows, and they're fantastic, and I'm excited.
I want a
for
lesbian
them.
herd.
They come to one show, and then they come to another, and then there's 3 of them, and then there's 8 of them, and then it's like all the tickets are bought for the next show by them. So like a few friends and my family totally, but like a lot of lesbians. I really like. She don't write down head horses.
Yeah,
That
that's the
one's
best
fun.
one yet.
Or just like the vacant stare.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
that's my
listening to
favorite
the
too.
voices.
That's my favorite. Yeah, that's the one. Is it? Yeah.
I'm trying to think who hasn't been on yet. I would love like Kristen Wiig or Melissa McCarthy or like Chelsea Handler, like a real funny lady for like one of the comedy challenges or something. I think that would be a fantastic experience to get a critique from them or just to like be in their presence.
I like. She seems really sarcastic.
Tainted Love, Marilyn Manson, or Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Those are like go-to. Turn it
Ooh,
out.
Bohemian Rhapsody would be cool.
Oh god, I don't know. I don't want people to totally hate me, but
I like
I will
already.
take like the
Don't worry about it, girl.
ditzy bimbo girl. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it seemed like
I just don't. I don't want to be like, oh, she's another spooky girl. She's a Sharon Needles like.
No, I'm not getting
wannabe.
Sharon
like,
Needles.
I don't want to be that.
No, you don't worry. You're not getting that. I'm liking all these queens so far. I think, apart from maybe the first one, Sauce Acid.
Naomi Smalls. I'm
Alright.
21 years old, and
Hi,
I'm
Naomi.
from Redlands, California.
I don't know what I think if I look.
I combined my two favorites, Naomi Campbell and Biggie Smalls, and that's me, high fashion hood rat. My drag style
I like
is
her collar and socks.
conceptual, model, glamazon. That's like the first three words that come to mind. At least that's what I want to be. I'm definitely known for having legs all the way up to my ass and everything looking right and on character, pretty much. Well, I've been a fan of the show ever since like season 2. I was in high school and I couldn't audition, and I just really wanted to. So right when I turned 21, I was like, I'm gonna do this. Now I'm here and I'm so excited. Hashtag
She
links
seems-
for day 69. Yes, my
Sorry, I missed it.
mom and all my friends.
She seems
and
sweet, but a little bit
family, of
boring.
course, are I hope so. They probably might fall in love with some other bitch. Who knows? Line your lips. Thanks, Kylie Jenner. I would hope Raven. Raven's my idol for drag. Raven actually inspired me to start doing drag. I saw her perform Never Forget You by the Noisettes, and I loved that it was like non-top 40, non-Lady Gaga impersonation, non-Beyonce impersonation, and she was just doing her own style, and I love that. Like, do you. Spread that jelly, spread it good. I would love to see Naomi Campbell, because I feel like she would give you the honest tea about your look. Maybe too honest, too real. I would choose Salt and Pepper, Shoop, or really any 90s hip-hop. Like, that's my
Cool.
gig.
Yeah, that's cool. I can see that. I think she could be pretty good. A little bit boring, maybe. Naisha Lopez. Naisha. Again, a good name. God, this has been over 22
Hi, my
minutes.
name's Naisha Lopez. I'm 31 years old, and I am from Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City. My drag name actually came from Real Fish, an actual real pageant girl, because I'm a pageant girl. And I looked it up, the name,
She's
to
good
see what it
looking.
meant, and it actually means special. So Naisha means special, and what better way to name yourself but special?
It's a cool name.
So, because I am a beauty queen, coming on here definitely starting hashtag the beauty, especially after I seen all the other queens on the show.
Yes.
As a kid, I was writing a letter to RuPaul when Top Model came out saying, oh my god, you have to do something for drag queens because I would really want, and then it just appeared and I'm like, oh my god, I have to be on this. So I've always wanted to be a part of it. Let's talk about the obvious, the beauty, the fishiness, all
Yeah,
that.
you can talk about
I
that.
love to be pretty and soft and polished. I love that. But it
She
doesn't
is
mean
very
that I can't be
polished.
funny and campy and do all that. And you know, being campy is fun. It's so much fun, and it's really cool to make other people laugh. But you don't have to look a fool doing it. So
True.
That's why.
True.
Hence the mug. Am I not outlandish? At home, I have a great family who is definitely rooting for me.
Oh my God, this is such a boring
two
question.
Nieces and nephews who are way too young to understand and know what's going on, but they're definitely gonna root for me. And a whole sea full of friends. The best
All right,
advice
popular.
I ever received was always come out with lashes.
Decent
Always
advice.
go into everything with an open mind, and I'm very open. My favorite RuPaul saying is,
And don't it up.
it's my favorite. So my fashion icon is Miss Jennifer Lopez. Miss J-Lo herself is a huge inspiration for me. I love that she's totally aging backwards. It's just ridiculous how stunning she looks. And the clothes that she puts on is just off the charts. It's amazing. And I see myself in every single one of them. And we're the same size and same height.
Oh,
So of course,
God.
she's my fashion icon. So if I had to lip sync for my life, what song would I choose? I'm trying not to get in that state of mind because I'm such a positive person. So let's say that I just didn't lip sync and just went
She
all the way to
seems-
the top three. Can
Not
we
if
just say
reserved is the right
that?
word. Like chill, which is good, but a little bit boring to watch her Meet the Queens video. Robbie Turner, 2 more to go. I think. Yes.
My name is Robbie Turner. I'm 33 years old, and I'm
Not
from
kidding.
Seattle, Washington.
Oh God, Magnolia Crawford, the sequel.
I was in a show that wanted us to go by boys' names.
Definitely Magnolia,
And I
same
didn't want to
voice.
use my own, so I was reading a book called Atonement, and Robbie Turner is a character in the book who is very moral and ethical, but spoiler
Well, no
alert,
one's
he
gonna
dies
know
in
that,
the end.
right? Well, I'll probably
I
sound like an idiot, but
do.
then not.
My hashtag is Robbie Turner Classic Movies. I was ready to
Oh,
move
God.
upward. You know, I was kind of the big fish in a small town, and I was ready to
All right, fish.
keep
Come on.
going.
Know yourself.
I'd be a lipstick. My drag style is very inspired by classic cinema, 1930s,
Is it, though?
1940s. I like to recreate old Hollywood costumes. So I have a My Fair Lady, and I have Glinda from The Wizard of Oz, and I have a Cleopatra that is about to debut. Probably, I have my own show at the Hard Rock Cafe, and I do a Carol Burnett style show.
Who is this
And it's
person?
very
I should look
60s
her
and
up.
bright and colorful and zany. There better be. Yeah, I think so. Everybody. Well, that's not true. There's always one, you know? You can be the juiciest, ripest
She
peach, and
seems
there's one bitch in the
alright.
corner that's like, I don't like peaches. Latrice Royale's my spirit drag queen.
I like that
I think
too.
she's the
Spirit
Maya
drag queen.
Angelou
I want
of
a spirit
drag.
drag queen.
Get those nuts away from my face.
You know,
I
everything
miss her.
she says sounds like wonderful
Do the time, don't let the time do you.
and winning, and
Don't drop the soap.
you're like, yes, that absolutely does make sense. And at the same time,
quite
she'll
funny.
like tell you to go to hell and make you look forward to the trip.
Yeah, she really would.
Ooh. Suddenly I feel like I've never heard one song in my life. I kind of want something classic, like something by Liza Minnelli, like ridiculous.
I don't know any old stuff.
Ring Them Bells.
Of course.
You know, that's a fun one. And it's a crowd pleaser, and it's like, I like a story song. Meryl Streep. Too real? Well, yeah. Meryl Streep, she is my drag mother. I haven't seen her in a while. But yeah, she or Dolly Parton. I mean, come on. Why hasn't Dolly? I'll tell you why Dolly hasn't been on. It's because I haven't been on. She's waiting. I want to be known for the vintage, like truly vintage aesthetic. A lot of my
I
clothes
don't know. I feel
are
like it should be more real if
vintage,
that's the case.
from
Like this, the
period.
hair is ridiculous. It's
So
too much of an exaggeration.
That's exciting for me.
It's taken
but I
away
also
from
want
the
to
look
be known
for
as
me.
being like kind and helpful. But
She seems sweet.
don't think that kindness is weakness. I'll cut you for free.
I quite like her. She aight. Okay, last one. Who is this? This video's gone for like 5 hours. What? Thor 4? Like Fergie Ferg? I get it, I think. Okay, come on, go out with a bang, please. So what, the last one's not going to load, but all the rest will. Come on, Thor 4. Right, I'm refreshing this. Soz. Okay, here you go.
I'm Thorgy, Thorgy,
Thorgy. Okay,
TH
maybe
with an
not.
orgy. I'm 31 years old, 31 years
I like
young.
the freckles.
And I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Good. Quite like her look as well.
Actually, my middle name from birth is
Quite
Thor,
harsh.
and I'm just named after my grandfather Thor. I'm Norwegian, and my last name starts with a G, Thor G. I don't use emojis. I find them
4G, what,
annoying.
like 3G?
I rarely can find my phone, and my good friends tell me,
That'd be
like,
clever,
I texted you 6
right?
days ago that I was dying, and I'm like, I don't even know where my phone is. Emoji.
Who
I
just know
just
where
found
their
out what
phone
that was
is? I do not
yesterday.
trust
I've
that.
actually been auditioning for RuPaul's Drag Race since season 1, or whatever, and every year I just keep doing it. You know, I work a lot in clubs and things like this, and this was just another step in my career. I also have a lot to show people. I say I'm the self-professed fashion clown of Brooklyn, because sometimes I literally will show up like a straight-up clown and feel real. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I'm, you know, dressed in designer clothing, and so I'm really
I
eclectic.
do like her
but I'm
current
very,
look. I
very
haven't seen anything
colorful,
like it in Drag Race
and
before.
I'm really, really
Have
over
I?
the
Don't think
top
so.
with a sense of edit, if you will. Tilda Swinton. Tilda Swinton is such an odd. She's so odd. You can't stop staring at her. And I love all the projects she takes on. She must
looks
say
pretty
no to
odd.
a lot of things, but the things she says yes to, like spreads in these magazines, I'm like, she's like, yeah, let's do it. And guaranteed she's back there like, no, let's do this. Oh, all of Brooklyn is probably rooting for me. You know, as soon as the show airs, I think all of Brooklyn's gonna be like, word bitch, yes bitch. I've always been collecting, you know, thrift clothing and weird jewelry, and I'm very hands-on person, very good with my hands. So little crafty
Alright.
things and things like
Calm
that.
down.
I'm very visual, and I just put it all together. And I
Her
said,
makeup's
you know,
so
instead of
harsh.
using
She's not
a
really
different
clown
medium,
harsh, she's just
why don't I
harsh
just use my
harsh?
body and my mind and my loud voice as my medium. I just went out there, and I was always just attracted towards fashion and nightlife. My favorite
See, her
RuPaul
makeup seems
saying,
too harsh
probably-
for her fashion look. That's a good choice. That's a good
When
choice.
somebody says a stupid comment, I'm like,
That's quite funny.
ooh. Probably Gilda Radner, Let's Talk Dirty to the Animals, which will never
What's that,
happen.
please?
But that would be nice.
Okay, good.
I want to be known just as having a good time. Drag is really fun for me, and it should be for everyone
Yeah.
else. So if I'm inspiring people just to have a good time and stop taking themselves so seriously, I'm wearing a $1 wig, yak hair, and I still feel good because this is fun. This should be really, really fun.
Cool.
So if I'm
Yeah, that's
inspiring
good.
viewers to be like, oh, this bitch is like cool, like drag is cool. And I think everyone should feel that way all the time.
Yeah, cool. Again, she I quite like her. No, not Acid Bay again, please. I've had enough of you. Yeah, it's like it's gonna be a really good season. As close before it starts. Let me just grab that. Yes, it looks like it's gonna be a very good season. I'm sure Kimchi's gonna win it, like 99.0% sure she's gonna win. I'd like Barry to be in top 3 and Bob. Oh, I love Bob. Maybe Bob could win. He's very likable. New Latrice. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I'm excited for this. When's it going to come out? Like, when's it going to start showing? I may do review videos. I don't know if anyone's even going to see this. I just wanted to share my reaction with my mates, to be honest. But yeah, I'm excited. That was good. Well, a little bit tired as well. It's exhausting watching all them Meet the Queen videos. But yeah, no, I'm impressed. It's going to be a good season. I'm confident in that. But I also really enjoyed the last season as well, which puts me in a minority. I'm easily pleased, to be honest. I'll have fun either way. Cool, right. Silence. It's the end of my effing thing. Peace out, yo.